Hey, I thought that I would clock in a little bit early. So a little Nexus jersey up on the wall and give you guys a bit of a bonus, what, 4 minutes? Who knows? Right. Oh, questions coming through. How are you guys doing? Most importantly, I hope you're all staying safe. As you can see, lockdown hair is in progress. Afro's slowly but surely coming along, getting some volume. I feel we're out to here at the moment. So we're doing good. By the time this is over, we could be here. So we might be there. Anybody would like a throw off? Bring it. I'm ready. I am ready. So, Gassy got a question. Do you think that Nexus ever got a fair crack of the whip in the States, as Tauntauns and Joy never seem to get the run of the green? Interesting. I think we did. I never felt that we were reffed out of it at all. I think that when we played well, we won. When we didn't play well, we lost. So I think we were in control of our own destiny. And I can honestly say we were treated really well every time we went to the States. There was never a time. Hey, Travis is in. There was never a time when I felt we were, reffed out of an event. Maybe a decision in a game in a tournament, but that's it. So, Travis, how you doing? Shadow Knives, how are you? Alex B, good to see you guys here. So, how's everybody coping in lockdown land? I have found the rainbow drawings the kids did over the last couple of weeks. So, stay safe, support the NHS is what it's all about. So, the reason that I decided to do this open Q&A was give you guys a chance to ask about the Nexus years. There's quite a lot of stuff that I think you guys might never have seen or might never have been told. I have a few things to show you guys. I'm just going to wait a couple of minutes just for the official start at 6 o'clock. So waiting also for my co-op order of food and fresh veg and fruit. So that should have been here. So I'm going to have to call co-op after this. But it is what it is. How's the boredom? How's everybody occupying themselves in lockdown? What questions do you guys have? Let me give you a little look at that jersey, by the way, whilst we're waiting. So, super cool time in terms of lack of politics in paintball. PGI, Eclipse, WDP, WGP, Die, and RP Shearer. So, paintballer.com at the bottom. So if I move that for a bit, you see that one? So yeah, really, really, really cool. And of course, preceding that, there was a little team, little England team. Ooh, one of them. Gassy, I love that you are giving Dex some grief. Early and it works. What more do you want? Shadow Knives wants to know, will I ever play with a pistol in Woods Ball? No. No, I won't. I'll gladly play mechanical, but not with a pistol. Or at least I'm not planning on. England Export jersey, by the way, I have a number of items that I'm going to donate to the Blow Paintball team fundraiser, raising funds for the NHS. This is one of them. So there's going to be some other items that I'll show you guys as we go through this. So England Export jersey will be added to the pile. Bum, bum, bum. you had sponsors from several marker manufacturers. Does this mean all individuals on the team had the choice on which marker to use? Yes. So our primary sponsor was Planet Eclipse. We had, in 2003, the year when Nexus really kicked off, we had Wargame products. So we were allowed to shoot any cocker that we wanted. We started with base cockers. I remember I had a purple one. So I have a little paintball scrapbook. It's not so little. That is one of the projects I've been trying to do for the last 20 years. That picture there is at the Zap Indoor in Germany in 2003. And that was my first ever cocker, a War Games stock cocker, purple. I think it was an STO, actually. And we shot, you can see die barrel on there, halo loader, Eclipse stickers, blah, 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 blah. And we could choose whatever we wanted in terms of Eclipse cockers. So we went from, I think at that time, the factory cocker had just come out. But we started off with, okay, here's a cocker. You got to shoot a cocker. Off you go. Then Eclipse did the custom, well, not actually, yeah, it was an Eclipse cocker called the factory cocker, and you can see my black to orange fade cocker there. That's from Huntington Beach, 2003. That was the first Eclipse factory cocker that I got. And then we moved on to the Nexus cockers, which obviously we had the DC1, the DC2, etc., etc. So yeah, interesting times. I think in the very early days, some of us shot Eclipse. Rewind back to the England days, and the England team was the basis for Nexus. So this team that played in Pittsburgh in 2002, everybody on the roster was invited to leave their existing teams. I was playing for the Russians at the time. So my final Russians jersey at that time. Myself, Mark and Bowen were all playing for the Russians. And we were all invited to leave the team. Leds and Jack were playing for the Banzais. I think a couple of guys were playing for Tigers, like Junior. I forget who Tommy Pemberton, Jamie Abbott, Chrissy Edwards, etc. were playing for at the time. But basically, the consensus was, as the England team, we had potential. So an offer was put on the table. Would you like this to continue and become a permanent team? And I think everybody said yes, apart from Sam Keats. And from memory, others will correct me. And that was the start of Nexus. So at the time we were playing for England, I believe we could shoot any marker we wanted. Bonus points if it was an Eclipse marker. So some of us shot Eclipse impulses, some shot, Banzai cockers, whatever the guys were using. And of course, the E-Bleed was coming out at that time. So it was a real cool opportunity to help Eclipse, to promote that, to also help develop that, and really just be on the cutting edge of everything that was happening at that time. So what else do we have? Nexus memorabilia that you guys may remember, so may not. This is a pretty cool one. One of the things that Nexus did well was there was no kind of sole poster boy. There was a shared responsibility in it, and this was really Eclipse's marketing to make the most of all of the personalities on the team. So I found this today, and this will be added to the pot for the NHS fundraiser raffle. So a bit of Nexus history, an Eclipse banner, which, you know, might appeal to some of the fans. I believe the only reason I have it is because I'm on it, but I'm sure that somebody will give that a great home. I also have this. So this is one of the posters that Eclipse did early on. You can see Ego 5, so super early, 2003, 2004, 2004, I'm going to say. You know, mix of the guys on the team on there, all the signatures from both squads, I believe. So pretty rare in that everybody who was on either Nexus or Nexus 2 at the time signed it. So some real good ones. I've probably had this 16 years rolled up, ready for a good cause, like ready for a pandemic. On the back, by the way, the side that will go nearest the wall, you got these guys. Look at that. How many of them can you name? Some fresh faces there, aren't there? Really fresh. So, yeah, good bit of promo for the Ego 5 at the time. I had a couple of questions come in early. When I made posts, a couple of people asked a couple of things, so I screenshot those. Let's see. Jason Kerr said he used to own an old Die Nexus jersey. That is the only Nexus jersey that I own. I have given every other one away or donated it to charity or done a fundraiser or something along those lines. Andreas from Germany asked, you've been coached by one of the greatest men ever to play the sport. My inspiration and idol, Mr. Peter Robinson. Robbo. Tell us some Robbo stories, please. There's a lot of Robbo stories. Some are not repeatable, but suffice to say, we got away with bloody murder with Robbo, in that he extended us the courtesy of not punching us when we were dorks to him. And there were a lot of times when we would, you know, play very random games at airports, on the road, traveling. It must have caused him a lot of frustration. He must have wished he could just backhand us all. But he took the time to help us all, regardless of people's opinions on the outside. That guy did a lot for all of us. And, you know, for that, I'm very grateful. His understanding of the game was phenomenal. His understanding of the fundamentals were phenomenal. And his appreciation of how paintball should be played was groundbreaking at the time. He took a group of guys who largely didn't have the experience they needed and actually converted them into a team that was capable of winning. And, you know, not winning by luck, winning by design. And we were probably the first team to consistently train in the UK. I remember the first year we had a lot of weekends at Skirmish Nottingham, and it was pretty much Saturday, Sunday, train, off you go. And then the number of events we played was minimal. So, you know, people were kind of like, what are you doing? But it was what was required for us to hit the ground running and achieve some results, and some good results at that. So very thankful for the effort that he put in. Very thankful that it's still a number in my phone I can call for a chat and a catch up. And even though I haven't seen Robbo for a while, I think last time was CPPS last year. It's great that he still cares about what we're doing, about the industry, and, you know, is involved in the manner that he wants to be. Gassy asked, will the throw still fit under your sandana? Nah, not a chance. So this is headband material. Do I still have the legendary MPPL sunglasses, the white ones, I assume you mean? That could be a whole different video. I have a couple of random items. So I'll put those posters over there. You know, we were looked after really well in the sense of we were given every opportunity to build our own brands, in the sense of, you know, all the guys got these iron-on patches with whatever they wanted on, their squad name, their number, etc. For a bit of fun, I made mine a website and, you know, bought the domain and had a bit of fun with it for a number of years. So, you know, all good fun. We got clothing made for us, in the sense of, I think this was an off-the-shelf Eclipse long-sleeved hoodie, but it was one of the catchphrases at the time. Again, into the NHS raffle that goes. So that you could buy, I believe. So there'll be a few of those about. I think you could also buy this one, which was, you know, long sleeve, thin hoodie with Eclipse on the arms, or on one arm, Nexus on the front, plain back. Pretty sure you could buy this one. So again, that can go in the raffle, in the pile over here. Now this guy, you only got if you played on the team. And Nexus on the front, long sleeve again, and on the back, factory team. So this one's going to go in. Ben is asking, where and when is the said NHS raffle auction? Check out the Blow Paintball team Facebook page. All of the items are up there. New items are continually going up. So check that out. Been run by Giles and the guys from Blow. And I believe they've raised a couple of thousand, something of that nature. So yeah, this is the one that you couldn't buy back in the day. This is the one that you had to be on the team to earn. So, well, to own, not to earn. So yeah, all good, all good. I mean, if you want a real blast from the past, here's a little Robbo one. Who can you spot in that picture? So, man, I ate all the pies those years, didn't I? So, me, Jamie Abbott Jr., Brian Bonini, Robbo, and Todd Martinez. And that was Die HQ San Diego. You can see a little die autococker in the die catalog on the desk that we are reading. And I think that was literally contract signing day for the team and for Nexus to be supported by Die. So really cool. Really, really cool. Oh, John Guest asked earlier, did you play with Robbo? Never on the same team. We had a one-on-one in training once, and I won. So 100% record. 100% record. So yeah, really, really good fun. What else would you guys like to know? I'm flicking through this. I'm really glad that I decided to keep a lot of these magazines. There's a lot of cool memories. Lucky Cow barrel sock. You guys remember that? And then I've also got, so I kept all of the Nexus ads that I was in. So that beanie hat, by the way, on this one was made by Jamie Brandon, I believe. Should Gassy get a free flow? 100% Gassy needs a free flow. So that was a good one. What does that caption say? First place, Series 2003 Utoxeter. 6th place, Pro MPPL Las Vegas. And just kind of, yeah, look at the politically free sponsor list. All those. How quickly could I change a Di-i3 lens? God, not quickly at all. I used to give my Di goggles to Junior. I think it was either Junior or Jamie Abbott. They used to change. I had my own lens changer, so I think it was Junior from memory. Correct me, Ju, if it wasn't. I remember we used to get an allocation of things like lenses that really were good. The Di lenses back in the day were pretty awesome, actually. It was only when you played, you know, surfaces like Huntington Beach that we really needed tinted lenses because we weren't used to the sun. So yeah, all good. Oh, like, these are the days. These are the days. Robbo Clinic. There's Robbo wearing that long sleeve shirt that I'm going to give away. We're going to raffle off. You go 5 or you go 6? You go 5. Yeah. Yeah, some cool Nexus edition. Let's have a look. And then the last page of where I'm up to, a bit of a collage, so another PGI. So, comments on format. 7-man, 10-man, X-Ball. So Nexus was created with X-Ball in mind. It was the birth of X-Ball because we all played the inaugural Nations Cup in Pittsburgh in 2002, which was the birth of X-Ball. Comments on format in the sense of what do I enjoy the most? Nexus was never a 10-man team. It was never a 7-man team. It was an X-Ball team. We would typically have a squad of 10, and we'd typically be split into 2 sub-squads of 5. And if memory serves me correctly, we would play 5 on, 5 off. You'd play, you know, string A, string B, string A, string B, without there ever being this is your first 5. Both 5s were capable. You know, some great players, Tommy Pemberton, Jamie Abbott, Junior Brown, everybody was capable of putting in a shift. Not everybody showed up and put in a shift. And I think that's one of the biggest shames and regrets is that we could never get all of us firing on. Nexus were a 7-man team. Sorry. Nexus were a 7-man team for MPPLs. We could never get all 7 of us firing on the same cylinder, so to speak. You know, typically our great events of, I think we had 3rd at Campaign Cup, 6th in Vegas, etc. Only 3 or 4 played really, really well. If we'd had all 7, we'd have stomped it. But it was so rare back in those days to have everybody on the same page in that sense. What are my thoughts on the new mech slowly heading down the arms race route in terms of capable BPS, blah, 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 blah. The thought is that doesn't relate at all to Nexus. So for another day. Eric from South Africa, the Wololo memorabilia. I don't have much Wololo memorabilia. I have some great memories. So one of the huge perks when we were playing for Nexus was it put us on an international stage, in the sense of quite often there'd be opportunities to travel as a player from Nexus, whether you were going to do coaching, a clinic, guest for other teams, go and promote our sponsors, whatever it was. There were some great opportunities. Myself, Bowen, Jamie Abbott got a lot of trips to South Africa in the early 2000s, which was immense. Paintball was at a great fun stage there, growing, new, loads of people. Everything was super cheap when you were coming from the UK, so it was amazing. So it was, it was fantastic. It was fantastic in that sense of we were really looked after well, and we made some lifelong friends who, we still speak to this day. What was also cool was often we would go out there and guest for different teams. So we'd end up playing each other in the finals and having fun, much like what the Dynasty guys do when they all head down to Mexico, and the DMG guys do when they all head down to Mexico. They all play for different teams by and large. It also gives you a chance to play with other pros from different teams, etc., etc. So yeah, really cool experiences. I remember some crazy experiences. I remember some scary experiences. I remember some crazy, scary experiences, such as a trip to the Ukraine with Tommy Pemberton. And that was probably 2004, 5. So yeah, absolutely nuts. How was your experience with reffing in US events? Some high-level foreign teams have historically complained about preferential treatment by refs. No, never experienced that at all. I mean, we were so fortunate in that all of the companies we were sponsored by were household names in paintball terms. All of the personalities fronting the team, in the sense of Robbo and Led, were well known and respected. And we had zero issues. I mean, for a lot of the refs and a lot of the players in the US, we were some of the first Europeans to consistently go there. I think with Joy and Tontons, we were probably amongst the first to commit to a full season of MPPLs. It was great times. Never a problem with the reffing that I can recall. I'm sure, people have varying perspectives on that. There might be some of the team who remember a specific decision that caused them to get pulled out and the team to lose a match and us get knocked out of the event. I don't recall anything like that. It was a roller coaster ride of come and have an adventure. And, phenomenal at the time. Sponsorship aside, did you ever look at another team's markers and wish you were shooting those Angels, Shocker, etc.? That's a great question. I think the way we were lucky because Eclipse always marketed their products in a manner that made them attractive to the customer. So we always felt as though we had the best markers available. And certainly going from mechanical cockers to E-blades and, developing the E2 and the Nexus cockers and the DC2s and having Jack on the team, it was insane to just have that luxury of, wow, we're cutting edge all the time. So I don't think we ever got marker envy. That said, I think Avalanche did an equally brilliant job of marketing their Angels. They're also the Adrenaline Angels, and so many options of that nature, true custom anno, true custom machining, true custom features that we could never get because we were committed to our sponsors, understandably. So it was a bit of a toss-up in that sense, but I don't feel we ever lost out. I feel we were very well looked after. I feel that, Jack and Flash from Eclipse would bend over backwards to make sure our markers were performing as they should have. What was the first event Nexus played? I want to say it was Shoot the Rainbow in probably late 2002. So Pittsburgh was August. Pretty sure wheels were turning before 2003 came around. For you, what was the best marker? What was the best? Nexus Autococker or Ego? I think the Nexus E-Blade was a great marker and probably my favorite. I had, from memory, I had a Nebula DC1 and a Nebula DC2, I think. Ego 5. Ego 5 was groundbreaking. Ego 6 was significantly better. And I remember my favorite Ego was probably the SL66, my silver one. And for a number of reasons, shot great, super consistent. And we also messed around with a couple of new anodizing techniques where I had a polished base marker. I would put stickers on it, have it be blasted over the stickers, peel the stickers off, and then get it anodized. So the sticker, underneath the sticker, would look like a tattoo of polishing amongst the bead blasted areas. So what was Nexus's best MPPL result? From memory, I think it was 6th at Vegas. What was the best event I played with Nexus? Good question. That Vegas event had some great matches. I remember we played a game against the Bushwhackers, and I think my job was to run to the corner, run and shoot to the corner. Well, in fact, there were a few. So the Vegas event, we played the Bushwhackers, and it was like watching I remember not stopping running, shooting guys I ran to the corner, shooting a guy in the center, and then literally just running down the entire tape to their back corner and grabbing the flag. That was a cool game. I think the best event I ever played for Nexus was actually Millennium Series in Germany. And we had a really strange team. It was a strange era in the Nexus chapter whereby the first team and the second team were getting mixed. I don't remember exactly why, but I remember we had Jamie Brandon playing, for example, who was typically Nexus 2. I think it might have been because there were multiple events in very quick succession. So I think the decision was made to field 2 equal teams, and a couple of players were chosen from the first team for each squad. A couple of players were chosen from the second team for each squad. So there was a good balance. I think one event was in Europe, in Germany. The other event was in the US or somewhere else. And I think that was the reason. Whatever happened, our Germany team did amazing. And I want to say we finished second. I don't know who to, but that's the nature of the beast. And that was a really cool, fun experience. Shot a lot of people off the break. Great to play finals, great to play 3 solid days of, cracking paintball. Is there a mask sponsor you wish you had when playing the Nexus? No, not really. If I'm very honest, we were in the fortunate situation where we probably could have got any sponsor we wanted. primarily because we could almost guarantee them publicity, in the sense of, with Robbo as the owner, he could choose what went in PGI, what went on paintballer.com, and the platform was there just to promote the products. As it happened, we got Dye as a soft goods sponsor, so jerseys, pants, gloves, squeegees, goggles. What else did we get? Packs, I think. Yeah, I'm sure. Packs. We had some Extreme Rage packs as well, so maybe that was a 50-50 job. And those Dye ATC cleats that I hated. Masks were actually pretty decent. I remember we played an event in Germany, the German indoor. We flew from Manchester. I think this was late 2004, because we flew from Manchester. It was winter. And our flight so we flew Manchester to Amsterdam, Amsterdam to Germany, let's say Düsseldorf. We made it to Amsterdam. There was a snowstorm, and our flight onward to Germany was cancelled. I remember that at that time, Dunny was playing, so Mark Dunville, and he had the new C5 playing gear from Dye that was going to be released in the January. So we basically had a chance to promo it. In fact, we might have all had it. I don't know if it stands out that just Dunny had it for this reason. All of our bags got lost apart from Dunny's. So Dunny was the only one who had it and his kit at the event. The rest of us all lost our bags, and we were given a care package by the airline that we were using that was basically toothbrush, toothpaste, comb, white t-shirt. Again, we had Jamie Brandon there, and he had a pack of Sharpies. And I remember we literally made our own playing jerseys out of these white t-shirts. We had an enforced night in Amsterdam, free accommodation, and, got to the event a day late. Got to the event by lunchtime on the Saturday, and it was a Saturday-Sunday event. I'd missed tons of our prelim games, but fortunately for us, the organisers have been quite proactive and said to all the other teams, would you like to still play Nexus? And all the other teams have gone, yeah, we will. Would you be willing to play them during the lunch break? And they all said, yes, amazingly. So we turn up, got no gear, lost all of our markers, lost all of our kit, goggles, loaders, everything. So we had to borrow everything. I remember we borrowed cockers from Concilium Day. We borrowed goggles from Joy Division because they were also Dye sponsored. So we tried to keep everything correct. So spoke to Concilium, Cocker team, can we borrow them? Yes. Paint, not a problem. We managed to blag our way through that. Goggles from Joy Division because they were Dye sponsored at the time. And I remember the shock that we had because none of the Joy Division goggles had foam in. They just ripped them out and they couldn't get replacements at the time. So we had to use what was available. So we played jeans, these white t-shirts, trainers, borrowed goggles without foam that hurt like hell all around here, and borrowed markers and loaders from Concilium. Played all our prelim games in the lunch break, won them all. I think we finished second overall. We either won it or we finished second. I remember Marcus was there, Marcus Nielsen. And I remember one game, I think he was playing for Concilium, possibly, because our stuff may have arrived the second day and we didn't have to borrow things. One game I remember he broke out on somebody's shoulders and shot over the back centre. So Joy i4s, no idea where you can get those, but I'm sure, speak to the guys, you never know if they might have some lying around. Why did the team end? Good question. So I left the team in 2005. The reason I left was I felt that the best players weren't getting picked to play. And it became, I didn't like that. So I voted with my feet. I didn't agree with that and moved on. Don't regret that one single bit. 100% the right decision to make, and 100% stand behind it. The team then continued. There was a change of ownership where Dye Europe acquired the team. And, new players came and went, and some great players put on a Nexus jersey. People like Clint Moore, who, I wish we'd had him from the start. Some players left, some players stuck with it. It was a very difficult situation for me because at the time I was working for Eclipse, Nexus with the factory team, and there was the frustration of the reality, in my opinion. So, I made a difficult decision and didn't look back at all. It was certainly a chapter in my life that I feel very fortunate to have experienced. I didn't always enjoy the experience, and there's definitely regrets during that time. There's doors definitely opened during that time as well, though. So it's not all bad. I think it's important that, people realize it wasn't all, wasn't all great either, though. What position did I play when playing with Nexus? Back corner. Typically, I played, let's say snake corner. I think I always went right, back right, from whatever end I happened to walk first. So yeah, back corner mainly. And I got a chance to play the insert role pretty predominantly. It was, really, really good opportunity to travel, to learn, to play alongside some very respected players, and and to play under some very respected minds. There were a lot of times when somebody like Jack Wood would actually sit himself from playing and go more into a coaching role for the benefit of the team. And those are the memories that I really cherish, because that's what taught me the appreciation of how understanding the game to a higher degree or a deeper degree, however you wish to phrase it, benefits everyone. And they're my fondest memories. We wasted a lot of opportunities. We could have done more. We really could have done more. We were lazy in some respects of how we decided to promote paintball, given the resources we had. Within paintball, I think we did an okay job. It's the outside of paintball we could have done a lot more to get more people involved, to get outside sponsors involved, bring paintball to the masses. And that's a regret that we didn't, because we were in a good position to do something, even if getting kids, local schools to come down, try it, shooting ranges, go and do county fairs, whatever it may be. There were numerous opportunities, and I think sometimes we all just stayed too insular and never really branched out. I think we were respected amongst our peers. I think we were always up against it when we went to the States, especially when we went West Coast, because they have the luxury of climate that we never enjoy. I mean, they can literally play 11 months of the year, and the 12th month is overcast, whereas we normally enjoy rain for 9 months. And it was a huge eye-opener. We got a lot of respect. We were treated very well. But I also do feel that we wasted some opportunities. And I think that's the benefit of hindsight. Can I hold my head high with how I feel I conducted myself during that period? Yes, I can. Did everything that was asked of me in a manner that, sits well with me. So no regrets in that sense. which is equally important. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this little insight. I think there are some other chapters of playing that I may well cover. There's the JCS Imperial time. There's definitely a big chunk of me that wants to do something relating to the Russia's era pre-Nexus. And then I think, the Russia's era post-Nexus. So watch this space. In the meantime, take care, stay safe, and stay well and healthy. Stay indoors. Take care, guys. See you soon.